Okay, so NRL news. Ben Hunt has requested a contract termination from the St George-Illawarra Dragons. Now, Ben Hunt has been selected for Queensland for Origin 2. St George did not play in round 16. They were on one of their bye weeks. Shane Flanagan at the beginning of this week has been announced as their head coach for next year, replacing Anthony Griffin, who was sacked earlier this season. This is a club that seems to lurch from crisis to crisis. This is a club that obviously had Pizzagate during the COVID disrupted 2020 season with lockdown parties. This is a club that has struggled to make the top 8. Hasn't made the top 8 since 2018. This is a club that's on its now, when Shane Flanagan comes in, will be on their third head coach in the last few seasons. Now, Ben Hunt is the club captain, but there were rumours when Anthony Griffin's future was decided, that the club and the board decided to move on from Anthony Griffin, that Ben Hunt was most likely looking to leave. He had basically stated as much, that if Anthony Griffin wants to get sacked, that he would be seeking his options elsewhere. Now, obviously, the NRL works in a salary cap system. A lot of clubs have already basically signed their contracts and contract extensions for the salary cap for next year. It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up and if the Dragons do grant his release, because otherwise he has to sit out for a year. The last player I think to do that was Gordon Tallis at this very same club. So, over a contract dispute. And I think Ben Hunt is at that stage of his career where sitting out for a year during a contract dispute or a dispute like this would basically be pretty much saying, I'm retired, and he's too good a player not to be playing. Even though at his age, in his mid-30s, he's too good a player not to be playing. So we'll have to see what happens, but it looks like his time at the Dragons is up. Obviously, he's with Origin camp with the Queensland team, but we'll have to see what happens. Shane Flanagan has stated he would like Ben Hunt to remain with the team and continue playing. Now, whether the player and the new coach for next year have had meetings or not over this issue, we don't know. But Shane Flanagan stated he wants Ben Hunt to remain at the club. But Ben Hunt stated he wants to leave the club. So we've got to have some kind of impasse. But as I say, Ben Hunt, at the stage of his career, too good a player not to be playing. And if he was to be forced to sit out during a protracted contract dispute, that could spell the end of his career. And then the only other option would be to go to the Super League over here in the UK. But I again, because of the amount of money he would command, the way teams have already pretty much set their salary cap for next year with signing players to contract extensions or signing players for next year to begin new contracts, that's going to be difficult. We'll have to see where he ends up. If he does sign for another club, could St George get a player in return? Or retain some salary. There's a lot of unknowns with this, but as things stand, Ben Hunt has requested a contract termination from the St George-Illawarra Dragons. So there we go. We'll see how this plays out. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below, and I'll have some more content for you very, very soon.